Hey guys, Brian here. Well, in this video I'm going to be doing an initial review of the Mokwheel Tor Plus. Mokwheel sent me this bike probably about a month and a half to 2 months ago in exchange for doing this review. And as I've said before on my channel, I only do reviews on items that I personally would recommend to my friends and family and or buy. So before I accepted the bike, I did a lot of research on this bike myself, and it got really good reviews from other guys on YouTube. So I said, go ahead and ship it to me, and I gotta say, I really like this e-bike. So what I'm gonna do here in the video is talk a little bit about the specs and some of the things about the bike, and then I'm gonna tell you guys all the pros, the things I like about it, and then some of the cons or things I'm not super crazy about, and just give you my overall feelings. So let's get into it. Alright, so Mokwheel had shipped this to me. The shipping came very fast. You did have to sign for the shipping. It was boxed up very nicely, and then you do have to put the bike together. I would say the bike probably took me maybe an hour to 2 hours to put together. That was with a lot of distractions from my kids and some friends that had come over, but it was pretty easy to put together. No real issues there at all. A couple things about this e-bike. As I mentioned, it is a fat tire bike, so it's got these nice big 26-inch by 4-inch fat tires. They are great on all surfaces. I've rode this thing on asphalt, dirt, bumpy roads, all that stuff. They work fantastic. You have some nice wheel fenders as well too, so when you're going through puddles or muddy surfaces, all that's not getting sprayed up at you. It does have disc brakes on it, as well as a front fork that is adjustable and gives you about 4 inches of travel. Now this e-bike is powered by a 750 watt hub driven motor. And the battery that powers that motor is a 48 volt 16 amp hour battery. So you should get anywhere between 35 to 55 miles per charge, depending on what type of terrain you're riding and how much you're using the pedal assist or the throttle. And speaking of the pedal assist and throttle, there are 5 pedal assist modes that will get you up to 28 miles per hour. You can go faster, obviously, on the e-bike. I've gotten it up to about 33 miles per hour, but the pedal assist kind of stops at about 28. The throttle will go up to 20 miles per hour, which is really nice. Like if you're trying to cross a road, like say you got a red light or something like that, it's really nice to be able to hit that throttle and just go. It does have a Shimano 7-speed derailleur on there too, so whether you're using the pedal assist or your human-driven pedal assist there, you do have 7 speeds to choose from. The display is very nice and very legible. You can read it in all lights, whether it's dark or if it's super bright out. And there is a headlight as well as 3 lights in the rear. And you do have a little horn too. The rear lights also are always on for the brake light. So when there's riders behind you or cars or anything like that, that's really nice. You also have a large adjustable seat that is very comfortable and a rack to be able to haul stuff. So let's talk about the pros and the things that I like about this e-bike. So the first thing that I really like about this e-bike is it has a strong motor. So I've brought this thing up to our property, which is almost at 10,000 feet, and we're basically all uphill there. And this motor got me up to the top and back of our property, no problem. I've never had any issues going uphill with the pedal assist or the throttle, and this thing definitely gets you there. And what's nice too is with the 5 levels of the pedal assist and then the 7-speed shifter, you can really dial in and find that gear that you need for whatever speed or terrain you're riding. These tires are also great on all surfaces. I've ridden this thing on roads, on sidewalks, on dirt roads, off-road, and these tires have never failed me. They're super grippy and they're extremely stable. That's probably the biggest thing that I like about the fat tire e-bike is just how stable the bike is. It doesn't feel like a normal bike. It almost feels like a motorcycle. It's just so much more stable. I also actually really like the fenders. I didn't think I was going to. I thought that they looked kind of goofy and everything, but I got to tell you, they are extremely nice. Anytime you go through a puddle or muddy area, you know, on my old mountain bike, you'd always get that streak up your backside and it looked like you messed yourself. And you just don't get that. And the little luggage rack is super nice too. I've used that at our property to haul stuff around, and it's actually very nice having that too. Last couple things I really like about the e-bike is the display. It's super easy to read. It tells you exactly what you need to, and it's very legible in all light. Whether it's nighttime or the sun's out and it's super bright, you can see everything that you need. Speaking of seeing everything that you need, the headlight on this, I think too, is very good. I've rode this thing at night and I've been able to see where I'm going, and I really like the lights on it on the rear too. They're definitely very visible from the rear. And the last thing that I really like about the e-bike is the front fork and how you can adjust the suspension. So if you want to have more travel in your suspension, you can do that. If you want to have less, you can adjust it. And it's super easy here just by twisting this knob. Alright, so let's talk about the cons or things I don't really like about the e-bike. I'd say the first thing is how heavy it is. This thing is a beast to be able to travel around. So I've been using it when I take it places. I just use my little van, my little utility work van, and I can load it up in there easy. But trying to get this thing into my truck is difficult because I think it weighs about 86 pounds. And so it's not super easy to get up into higher vehicles if you're looking to transport it somewhere. Now, because of the weight, the brakes are not as good as I would have expected them to be. Now, you can adjust them, and I've adjusted them a little bit, but still, when you're going like downhill, like at our property, like I was talking about, the motor's great to get you uphill, but then you're relying on your brakes coming downhill. And these things, you have to really crank on them in order to get you to stop. And part of that, I'm sure, is probably due to the fact that this thing weighs so much. Now, while I like the aspect of being able to adjust the front suspension, it's not as soft as I was expecting. I was definitely expecting it to be a little bit smoother of a ride on super bumpy surfaces. The bike is also pretty tall. I'm 5'8", so I'm not a super tall guy, but getting on and off this thing can be a little bit difficult, especially if you're using the rear luggage rack, because normally I just put my leg up and over everything. If you have something on the rear luggage rack, it's harder to get on. You just have to put your leg over here. Overall, guys, I gotta say I really like this e-bike. It's kind of got me back into biking, and I get excited when I get to take it out. It's a lot of fun to ride, and you can ride it anywhere. And I really love the fat tires because you can take it on any surface, and it's comfortable, and it's so stable and nice to ride. And the pedal assist is great too, because you know, if you don't really want to go ride your bike to get a workout and you just want to, you know, go get some ice cream or just go out for a joyride, you can do that. And I really like it. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it to my friends and family. So I'll put a link in the description where you can check the e-bike out. On Mokwheel's website right now, it's selling for $12.99. So but if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.